Hi folks, welcome to the Friendly Open. So we're gonna watch the final of the first event of Season 5 between Johan Törngren and Alexander Schulte. So Stark against Night's Watch, the two undefeated players after the Swiss rounds. Just a quick look at the stats while we have time. So Lannister was the most represented this time, only 17 players, so I guess this is not that important. But all the factions played, and this one I think is a player who didn't show up. So 5 Lannisters and then the rest all 1 or 2 entries. And in the end, yeah, we have 2 Lannisters near the top and the others not that great. And we can see the final now. Yeah, so Johan with Stark, Valyrian Steel. So this is deck that plays a lot of winter plots. I saw a part of his game earlier. I think it's a rush deck essentially. And Eusebio, this is Alexander on the bottom with Night's Watch Alliance. It's 2 banners, 3 companies and trading with Kohor. So this deck is a wall defense deck with 75 cards. I lost against it in a very close game in the last round. Yeah, 3 companies with wall defense. There's Flea Bottom in the deck and Molestown, I think, I would assume, is in the deck. I think Alexander played this combination in the past in one of the friendly opens and managed to win. Okay, so winter reserves, as expected, for Johan, and we have time of plenty. So the new openers after the gates was banned. Winter reserves, we did see some even before that, obviously. Stark has nice synergies with the winter plots. And time of plenty making a return. Nice to see. Pretty safe opener and reliable. So 1 character with renown, and we have the core Caitlyn as well for Johan, who is first player. And here we have some builders. And already Molestown on the board. So this kneels, so you can use it once per round, unless you can stand it, to move 1 gold to a character and stop it attacking. And of course you don't run out because 3 companies can refill the location. As you see, it's empty now, so no bestow on it. You can play stuff on setup with 3 companies, which is nice. The problem is you need to get rid of the gold if you want to stop the same character from attacking. For instance, Daisy, who is really strong and has renown. And I think Valyrian, the cat, is the way to do that in this deck. And I think this will be used immediately. Yeah, so no wall, which of course is the main source of power here. Craven on Caitlyn, so that's 1 character down, and I think Daisy will be getting the most on trigger. And Seasoned Woodsman, a great draw character. If Alexander can get rid of this Carpenter, I think replaying the attachments on Seasoned Woodsman would be nice for him to draw a few more cards. Frozen Solid, and it's duped as well, so So there was the wall. That's harsh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. 75 cards, difficult to draw it. He has Isle of Ravens as well to shuffle the discard pile back. Yeah, but of course the builders, once they get really strong, can just defend most of the challenges, so it's difficult to just get any massive amount of power against them. Seized on Northern Harmony to stop it standing something, and that means that 3 companies will need to be used in the standing phase to put gold on it, to keep it in play. Okay, so nothing much done in the opening round. Difficult to say who is ahead here. And blocking the Winter Festival, so yeah, you could predict this probably, because Winter Reserves makes it obvious that Winter Plots will be played. I guess sometimes players start with double Winter Reserves. And let's see. Yeah, the watch has need. Great draw for more characters, but it's not the main problem here at the moment. Yeah, and Alexander had to discard that seized by the guard, keeping the 3 companies trigger for something else. Seal of the hand on Caitlyn. Stop some triggers. It's not that bad actually to stop triggers against builders. They have strength boosts during the challenge. And this Shadow Tower, for instance. Castle Black, of course, as well. Young builder, a bestow character. Again, no gold on it. And this guy is quite annoying against me in the previous round. Almost impossible to defend when he attacks. So what do you do here? What do you target? Daisy has renown, so she can do military, where she is not strong enough, or she can do power, where she is, yeah, just barely with Caitlyn. Might be able to pull off the power challenge here, but then, of course, you expose yourself to the counterattack. Okay, attacking with Sansa instead. Intimidate coming in. So winning by 3, which is not quite enough to do any great damage here. Cannot intimidate the other 2 icons. Yeah, now he has to defend because intimidate would get him anyway. Well, it could be useful. Who knows? I think the watch has need is... that's the only event I saw. So there aren't a lot of them anyway. Milk on Caitlyn. And here we go. Summer can take back the... I can take back Bran. And I think this was trying to block the other Winter Festival, possibly. There is another event. Con. Raven or Steward card, so it can be triggered. And flea bottom was the only location. Currently not that great, but with the veteran builder loop and the wall, of course, it becomes pretty strong. And what have we here? They see a king that doesn't kneel for military. And this will be another useful card. Strength boost to the entire board to have at least some chance of getting past the builders. And also can block some more triggers now that Caitlyn is blanked. Okay, searching for stuff, so Daisy gets milk that loses the renown and some of the strength. She still has some from Winterfell. Twice per round is the limit on Castle Black Mason, so he can potentially search for another location. The wall hasn't been shuffled back yet with the Isle of Ravens. Obviously, playing Qohor, you also want to shuffle attachments back. And a cheap Grizzled Miner. I'm not sure which reset Johan is playing. It's either Duharis or Morgulis. I saw his previous game against who was it? Against Hannes, the Stark Mirror match, and one of them played Morgulis and the other played Duharis. And this is reasonably important here, of course, because these little guys can survive the Harris really well. Using Winterfell immediately on the military challenge, but Alexander just defends. And no power to steal with this one. So just giving the opponent free triggers, Shadow Tower and Castle Black. Well, attacking with everything, so that has a decent chance of actually winning this. Yeah, you could still defend it with Castle Black and everything, I think. But why bother? There's no claim. And Daisy has lost her renown. Okay, at least it gets rid of the intrigue icon. Still zero the hand available, you could attack. And she has another intimidate, but then power icons are all that's left, so nothing much to be gained by that. That's a pretty good intrigue hit here. That is annoying. Power and dominance and cohort trigger. Let's see, is there a way to... I was going to say to give another icon to a character, but no, just going for seized. And still that one standing character to win dominance. Yeah, so this is tough here for Johan to get anything against this board. Here we go on the wall now as well, so I guess Morgulis, and then hope that there's nothing useful, but it's doubtful. And we did see the watch has need, so that would kill Bran, of course. He wouldn't be able to cancel that, and difficult to come back, but at least this time Winter Festival hits nicely. Against Champions Challenge. Highest strength amongst... unfortunately that's the Carpenter, who also has the military icon. And this time Alexander is at least stuck with going first here. Yeah. So wall defended by all the icons, and flea bottom, currently no veteran builder, but it's potentially a good combo as well. Well, there is potential to be faster than the wall with Eddard, but how do you push the challenges through? Just the one dupe, so if Morgulis is played, it's not that great. It kills a lot of useful characters on this side of the board. And immediately Eddard stopped from doing the challenge that he could potentially push through against this board. Well, see about that, I guess. There is still the Champions Challenge. So Winterfell is blanked, but if it wasn't, it's the same window. So even then, Alexander could use the plot before Winterfell stops it. He did spend the beacon though, so still needs to be a little bit careful to actually defend the wall successfully. And yeah, he's already passed. That was the first thing he did, so okay. And Owen works on defense as well. Not enough to push it through. And plot still available. Okay, so a little bit of power gained for the festival, but the wall is going faster at this point. And here comes the draw as well. Morghulis does kill everything on this side of the board, and Eddard survives on the other side. However, it's a decent hand, and questionable what Johan has. Okay, let's see what happens with the attachment. So the milks go. The direwolves return to hand. And what was the other stuff? Seal of the hand. So that's back in hand as well. And keeping that gold on Winterfell. Now the faction card is knelt and will be knelt after the Withering Cold. As will, of course, the wall if it triggers. And here we go. non-kneeler with stand and intimidate, but what's really needed here I think is more characters. Sons against renown. Okay, so how much do we have here? $16 on the power challenge. And I see 17 on the other side already, so yeah. Very difficult to do anything. Time limit 24 minutes left, so there isn't supposed to be one in the final actually, because it was set by default. Or maybe the players have agreed, and it looks like it might. Well, actually, now with the wall on the board, I think we won't get that prolonged game now. It should end on time. Sweet Slip blanks the practice blade, that takes the icon from the woodsman, which means what exactly? Let's see. So we have a non-kneeling attacker with intimidate who can try to push the challenge through. And another non-kneeler, so okay. So that will be 10. We have 7 with Castle Black, so this one might go through. Is there anything in the discard pile? Ah, there is Halder. But then we don't exactly want to kneel everything on the Withering Cold turn, so it's 10-9 currently. That stops anything being intimidated. Any other tricks to actually try to win the challenge? Could be done with Halder from the actually seem to have lost connection. Let's just refresh this. Okay, sorry about that. So let's see what happened. Okay, the challenge. Veteran builder for double Castle Black to stop the intimidate, and the claimant Eddard chosen for the Shadow Tower. All of these do kneel though, so the Withering Cold did at least something useful here. And now with that I am no one forcing another character to kneel. Seal of the Hand still unused. And still all 3 Northern Armories. 8-5. Wall knelt, but flea bottom still standing, and there is a veteran builder available. And now we see confiscation. Yeah, just in time. Stops mouse down from being blanked, and that could again target either this round. On the plus side for Johan, barring the gates does stop flea bottom this round, so there won't be any standing off the wall unless there is another one in hand, another veteran builder of course. And the faction card knelt. So Winterfell might be free if it's not used in the standing or taxation phase. Well, or at the start, I guess, of the next round to put gold back on it. So what happened with the Raven the previous round? Nothing, it seems. Stayed on the board. Which means probably that Alexander has what he needs really here. And he's kept all of his economy. And here come the defenders of the wall again. No boosts this time. And now Alexander can only attack back if he can get past Eddard, and he is renowned, so if he can't, he will just defend to stop the unopposed here. And this one well worth defending, of course. Now, is there anything coming in? No. No, the faction card is already knelt for the Valyrian still. Now, this one you could potentially attack because Eddard cannot defend, but no. And Sansa gains some power. And currently Johan winning dominance with Eddard. So not a bad round. However, the wall is now coming back. Yeah, not enough high casters for Duel to do anything. And now we'll see what Alexander has in hand. One of the builders was discarded, but I think he still has that the watch has need that was given to him for exchange of information, and now Bran is dead, so it should go through. Plenty of economy to play anything he needs, really. And just in time putting that gold back onto Winterfell, not on Molestown. Yeah, because Eddard now has gold, but then Valyrian can take it, potentially. Just enough economy for Johan that these wards can gain 2. If they only gained 1, I think the board would be much smaller here for Alexander. Still all 3 icons. I think he still has that event. Not once has this guy attacked. Has Intimidate and Seal of the Hand. 3 unused armories. 2 characters now though to do this. So is there any chance now for Rob at least to attack? So it costs 1 to move Nymeria on to Rob. Alexander is not going to allow this challenge to go through, I don't think. So he needs Caster Black and then a harder trigger. And now Rob is done as well. No. Yeah. These are some fast guys in a normal game. If they could push 2 challenges together with Renown and all the stand, they could get, what, 6 power. So almost on the verge of winning. And that duel played just, yeah, I guess there was no other option really. But now it would get rid of one of these 2. Yeah, all the draw for Night's Watch here. Both players started with 75. I think they had the minimum. And as you can see, Alexander has well, 33 now left in the deck and 45 for Johan, so he's outdrawn him by 12 cards in, what is it, 8 rounds. It's that Castle Black Mason, and the Woodsman draws a bit. Okay, not entirely accurate because there was also the Harris revealed. And the Isle of Ravens triggered a couple of times. The mix. Difficult to find targets for the milks here. Seasoned Woodsman, I think, is the only character that is worth it in a builder's deck. Let's see what happens to Wyman here. I think we can probably guess. No. Just thinking he would be stopped from attacking. I guess this location kneels as well, so the Withering Cold turn, I guess. You'll use the minimum number of resources you need to. And we lost connection again. Okay, we missed that previous round, so I guess the wall triggered. And that was it. Dominance as well for Night's Watch, so on the verge of winning now. And Winter Festival stopped, but it's not enough anyway. Now there is no way to stop the win here if the wall triggers again. So it's knelt from the Withering Cold, but still standing is Flea Bottom. And there is a Veteran Builder in the discard pile, and now one on the board as well. Let's see if Johan fights through this till the bitter end. Stop the last guy from attacking as well, so Wyman can still potentially stand and attack. It's the one character that can. He is going to go for that power challenge, but even if this is left unopposed, it will not make any difference. Alexander will defend, just in case there's anything weird happening here with winter is coming or something like that. And will Grey Wind eat anything? Or is that it? Tough one. Nicely defended. Yeah. They're quite strong. I played a dominance deck against this with the Iron Throne, and okay, it got seized a couple of times during the game, but even when it wasn't, it's quite difficult, quite close on dominance against a board like this, where there's a couple of these high strength characters, and yeah, they fight you for dominance, and against a Renown Rush deck, they fight you in the challenges and they stop you attacking as well, so tough one to beat for sure. Okay, so that was the final of the first event of the season. Let's see if wait until this is updated. So just to show again, we had 17 players, although I think only 16 that actually played in the end. 4 rounds, and all the factions represented, and as you can see, 11 different countries as well, mostly from Europe, but also we had players from North America in the tournament. So decent start to the season, but yeah, over 20, I think 25 or something would be the target number, so slightly disappointing attendance on this occasion. But yeah, and Magnus getting 3 wins. I think that's the first time for him that he finished with a better score than 2-2 in one of these friendly opens. So congratulations to him as well for the nice result, and congratulations to Alexander for winning, I think, his second, yeah. In season 1 he won one, so almost a year ago now, with Night's Watch free companies, so without the Kohor. And yeah, I think that's well, fewer cards in the deck, so, but similar playstyle, I guess, builders that defend the wall, and it's not all he plays. As you can see, he plays all kinds of stuff, but somehow his best results with these Night's Watch wall defense decks. Interesting. Okay, so just to let you know, let's see here, Friendly Open Season 5 Event 2 happening when? So next weekend, and it's on Saturday again, but it's a morning event this time, so 10 AM, that's GMT time, so in the UK I think that would be 10 AM, in Central Europe it's 11, and favorable for the Australian and Asian players as well, so hopefully see a few of those in next week's event. And of course, an open invitation for everyone to join these events if you can. There's some prizes available, and you can get you can pre-qualify to the final event, which will decide the winner of this season. If you can either win, be undefeated after 4 rounds of Swiss, actually that's the ruling, so Johan makes it as well, or you can pre-qualify by getting enough points to be among the top 12 players in the rankings, so points are awarded just by finishing as high as possible, so well worth playing in the earlier ones, but if you can't, you can still just join the final event and try to win it and play in the Swiss rounds of that event and try to qualify for the cut. So next week, as I said, Saturday at 10 AM GMT. Hope to see everyone there, and thanks for joining me this time.